Hi, welcome to the vlog. I've just been catching up with sort of bits and pieces of caravan news. Um, I mean, I saw a few Facebook comments on this, and I've seen, I think, a couple of vlogs on it as well. With a few caravan dealers going into administration, now there's a company, MBH Corporation. They're a holding company that have bought, as far as I can see, four leisure vehicle companies: Robinson's Caravan Group, White Arches, Golden Castle Caravans, and also Lincoln Leisure. So they're the four I know about, of can find out about. Now, in the White Arches case, they only bought White Arches, I think, from what I can see, May last year. So it's been like 10 months. So as soon as I heard that these caravan dealers have been bought out by a holding company, I was reminded of a few years ago. I worked for a global bank, and a well-known global bank. They had the brand name as a company name, obviously, but they also had a holding company, or maybe a few holding companies. Now, the reason I know about the holding companies is whenever there was a company or a segment of the bank, like even a large department, if they were losing money, they would transfer them to the holding company, because it didn't then detract from the value of the main brand. So if you got a little bit of poison there, you know, if you've got a poison finger, cut it off, it doesn't affect the rest of the hand. And I know this because I worked in a department that was transferred to the holding company, and at the time we were thinking, oh my god, this is like a death sentence, because everyone that goes into the holding company, holding companies basically buy companies as investment. So it might not be their industry. So MBH, I think they own about 20 companies. I mean, they are a global, if you look at their website anyway, they are a global brand that have companies across the globe. But they seem to have taken an interest in leisure vehicles, as obviously since COVID it's been an up and coming investment opportunity. As we all know, the price of caravans have been going up, which obviously has meant profits have been going up. Now, maybe now they've hit a perfect storm. So anyway, going back to the holding company where I worked. So we worked for this holding company. We worked for this bank. The department got moved to the holding company. About a year later, the department got made redundant, including yours truly. So there you go. So that's, I mean, I have got personally I have bad feelings about holding companies. Now, it doesn't mean all holding companies are asset strippers, for want of a better word. And I can't imagine, it's not normally the holding company that goes into administration, it's the companies they've bought. In this case, it seems to be MBH Corporation. So leisure vehicles, Lincoln Leisure, White Arches, Robinson's Caravan Group, and Golden Castle Caravans. Now, I can't pretend to know anything about Golden Castle Caravans or Lincoln Leisure, but I think if you've bought a caravan from them, put a deposit down, it will be a worrying time. Now's not the time to mention that if you put a deposit down on a credit card, then I think that offers you a bit more in the way of protection. Now, I had some dealings with a company that went into administration. Now, I bought, going back years ago now, I bought a Samsung TV from a company called Empire Direct. You might remember them. They had, I think, a shop in Romford in Essex, and also they had a big website. It was all part of the .com bust and boom, I think. So they would offer stock at very low prices. I mean, you'd be silly not. Why would you not buy from a company that the products are cheap? So I bought the product. Actually went to the store, bought the product, and I bought a warranty, a 4-year warranty, thinking, look, if anything happens to these jokers anyway, I'm covered by the warranty. So 3 years later, sir, the telly breaks. Oh, where's that warranty? Dig the warranty out, ring the number, Empire Direct. Some months ago, they'd gone into administration. So where does that leave me with my warranty? I ring Samsung and they say, no, the warranty's with the shop, not with Samsung. We give you a year's warranty, they've given you another 3. But you can't claim on it because they've gone out of business. The best thing you can do is contact the administrators, and you might be able to claw back some, and administrators generally, they get a list of creditors and they go through and you get a certain amount of pennies in the pound. So basically nothing. Hopefully this won't happen if you've put a deposit down on caravans. Now a lot of us that have caravans, and a lot of us who aren't experts, shall we say, we've been complaining about the price of caravans, and on the back of COVID we were strung along a line that you know, parts are more expensive, this and that's more expensive, there's all these delays, and that kind of fed into the demand, if you like. If anything becomes scarce, you want one. And then it was the back of COVID, everyone was doing staycations, although actually a staycation is just staying at home and not going on holiday, rather than going on holiday in your own country. Anyway, that's by the by. Media get hold of these terms and change them. So yeah, but sad times for companies, caravan owners at the moment, especially new caravan owners that have just bought through these dealers. So I've actually been watching, I'm a subscriber to Andrew Jenkinson's, I think he goes, he's caravan industry expert, Andrew Jenkinson. Now he has wealth of experience from what he says, knowledge, and he's written a few books and stuff, and he did a vlog a couple of days ago. If you don't subscribe to him, go along and subscribe to it. Kind of seeing his vlog made me have a look at it myself as well. So, you know, who know? I don't know the future of the caravan industry. I personally, I think, you know, it's the old adage, make hay while the sun shines, isn't it? I mean, and they've kind of taken prices, I think, as far as they can. The quality has gone south. I mean, you just hear people time and time again complaining about the quality of the caravans. Now, we were very lucky with this caravan. I mean, the original one we had problems with the fridge, wrote that off, that sorted out that problem. But but other than a couple of minor problems, which dealer has speedily and, you know, first time fixes on the few problems we did have. I mean, they were very, very minor. And at the moment, touch wood, it's very good. I'm looking at the NEC show in February. I did feel that there was less people around. I was there on the Saturday as well, and on the Saturday I think there was as many people as there was normally have been on a Thursday. It was just like weekends were normally. Now, no, we get all the spiel from event organisers saying record this, record that, and I did notice that there were even tickets being sold at the NEC as well, whereas before they were like, it was a no-no, you couldn't get tickets. So I think there's been a major slowdown in the, I mean, people still want a caravan. Caravanning is still a very popular thing to do in the UK. I'm on sites at the moment and I'm having trouble getting pitches. Sites are full. So the pastime of caravanning and motorhoming is still very, very popular. But people just can't afford the price of caravans. Not only that, but interest rates, although historically they're fairly low. I was reading somewhere, I think it was 12%. And I just looked there quickly on White Arch's website, and there's APR is 9.9%. So just as I mentioned earlier, the Andrew Jenkinson's vlog. Now he said that White Arches and Golden Castle were okay, and also one of the Robinson's group sites had been sold. I think Worksop, but Chesterfield, the staff been made redundant. But Worksop, and if you go on Robinson's website, it says there that the site has been sold to new owners. So I don't know who's bought it. So hopefully it'll carry on as a caravan, and they will be a caravan dealer, and they will be able to fulfil orders that have been made. Anyway, that was it. Just a quick vlog. I just wanted to get your thoughts. Well, I think I know what your thoughts are. You're going to say caravans are too expensive, and they have been too expensive for a while. They took everyone for a ride just after COVID, where demand was high. The demand was met by hiked increases and the fact that parts weren't available, so waiting lists got longer. The waiting lists got longer, I think, because they weren't expecting, or they didn't know that the caravan industry was going to pick up like that. So they were flooded with orders. They can't fulfil the orders because they haven't got the parts, they haven't got the staff, they haven't got the facilities. So they're used to making, say, I don't know, 5 caravans a day, and all of a sudden they're got to have to make 15 caravans a day. They can't. There's not enough hours in the day. Hence, delays. Then, I think since then it's got better. Hopefully, the caravan industry isn't screwed, and they can. I think the big boys will be fine, but you know, be careful of these holding companies. If you've got any sort of company, okay, for you it might be good, right? I don't know the ins and outs. I mean, it said there White Arches was a multi-million-pound deal with the holding company. No doubt somebody did very nicely out of it, and I think, as Andrew Jenkinson says, it looks like they're going to continue anyway, which is good, because we don't want to lose caravan dealers, especially if we've paid deposits. And you know, even if you've got a relationship with a dealer, like, we use MG Caravans, right, and we bought from them, they service the caravan, you build up a relationship with them, which is good for everybody, because they get my continued custom, I get what I consider good service, and that's how it should work. I think, personally, the caravan industry needs a good kick up the arse. There you go, you heard it here first. Anyone need a brand ambassador? I'm a caravaner, I'm not part of the industry, I'm not trying to big anybody up and say anybody's good when they're not good, or even say they're bad when they're not bad. But you know, come on guys, look at it, look at what's going on with the caravan industry, look at what's going on with your sales. You know, from us customer perspective, it seems that what you're doing is you're upping the price, lowering the quality, and then all manufacturers doing it, taking certain features off. Like for instance, in my caravan, Swift Command 2021 version you get it, 2022 version you don't get it. You don't get, because my friend's bought one actually, he's got one a year older than ours, a year newer than ours, and I could write a list of 15 things that his caravan doesn't have that mine does, and he paid more. Pay more, get less. That's not a sustainable business model, is it? Well, keep it light. Thanks for watching. Carry on the conversation on TalkWrench community. If you go to talkwrench.community, it'll take you straight there. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. This is quality caravan vlogging.